now we've been doing motoring for what, 2 years, 2 years. How has our process changed? Because remember, this is the first time we are in control of the process. We get to decide how to do the next thing.
Yeah.
Is it easier now to make videos than it used to be? And I'm only saying videos because it's the primary format for content consumption today. So
I don't know if it's easier. I think there's still, the kind of work that we're doing is different, but I think the effort required is, in some ways, to me at least,
yeah, video is very intensive work.
is even greater.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. That I agree.
So it's just that instead of baking in the sun outside, we're doing a
We're
lot
baking
of
inside the studio.
we're indoors and doing that work. But I think in terms of effort and in terms of the kind of processing,
I think what I'm really proud of is that we've been able to get the process to where the time to drive, experience, make notes, compare notes, have the database on the vehicles, pros, cons, positives, negatives in place before we have to say anything. That is, I think, our strength now.
I think the biggest difference there, like I would say for the view balance and all, fine, but especially first, where you would be in that tangle of being on somebody else's timeline,
Yeah.
and having to do video on ground,
Yeah.
or having to shoot and all of that, say your stuff there. I think that is the biggest.
It's a huge unlock, no?
Yeah, that's a huge, and I think it's, most importantly, I think it's better for our audience. So whoever's watching this, you have given us your time, and I think we are doing a better job. We are being more fair to you through this process. I think that is the most
No, and I
important
think
thing.
personally, forget you guys for a minute. Personally, the fact that I have to go to an event, I have to be there early, take the bike and go ride. Outside of managing a GoPro, because you need some amount of footage for the first, you don't have to think about the video footage, story making. You're focused on the idea, on the spec, on the agenda, on the intent, on the context. And then you go there, do this. I normally ride about 1 tank full per bike now. EV is 1 charge. That means I have taken the bike in the morning, I have spent hours riding that thing, getting a sense of it, making notes, making mental notes and written notes, whatever the method is. Going back in the afternoon, everybody else will show up by evening because they have had to film. Knowing that all the people from the manufacturer are there, and now I have a bunch of questions. Why is it doing this? Why didn't do that? Why didn't you change this? Why did you add this? Why did you subtract one? So by the time you get back on the flight, you have a massive database of information and very well informed, relatively clean information. Then we don't discuss anything.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of the motoring first happens live in the sense of he's asking questions afresh because he doesn't know what I've experienced. And the same way for the cars. When he comes back, I don't know anything about the cars. And when you ask me a question I'm not expecting, then I have to start putting all of that data together from everything that I've collected. And I think it does make a more informed picture of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And I think views and balances are also more powerful for us as creators because we gave ourselves time. We said no, 15 days or bust. If you can't have the vehicle for 15 days, we're not going to do anything, which is also why some of our videos take a while to come. But we'd rather do the right thing once than run through it and then have missing information in the process.
What gave you the idea that we talk about cars and bikes? We talk about physical health, mental health, family, relationships, travel, and a lot more. Head on to the main MotorInc channel and catch up on all of that, plus cars and bikes.